Hello, and welcome to this demonstration for direct care workers using directcarecareers.com. Today, we'll explore how to create your account, complete your profile, and use the site to find direct care positions, trainings, and helpful resources. When you first arrive at directcarecareers.com, you'll see a list of states on the main page and three icons in the top right, a question mark, a menu, and three dots, and a login. Excuse me. Start by clicking the question mark. So this takes you to the user guides for the website. So if you encounter any issues or trouble logging in, this should be your first stop. Next, we're going to go back and click the Colorado section. And once you're here, you'll see step-by-step instructions for signing up as a direct care worker or a potential direct care worker if you're someone who is interested in direct care work but haven't actually gotten into the profession yet. You can always come in, sign up, and find out what direct care work is all about. So the first thing you would need to do is come in and put in your first name, your last name, your zip code, email, and create a password. We ask for your zip code because that is the main point on which a lot of our job matching occurs. So it's really important that everyone has a zip code in here. There will be a few other fields that are required, but those are mainly, actually, they are all for making sure that when you as a worker post your resume or your job experience on the website, that you are properly matched. So say you live down in Southwest Colorado and you want to work in the Durango region and we didn't have your zip code in the website, you would get job postings from across the site from like Weld County to Huerfano, all over you, and nowhere that it would be near you. So that is one of the main reasons that that we do actually need your zip code. Once you've confirmed your password, you can come down here and select your role. We have a drop down, and it can be as general as you want or specific as you want. For our purposes, we'll just say direct care worker, and you will have to agree to the terms of use. It's pretty lengthy, so I'm not going to use up a lot of time with this recording to go into that. Once you've filled in your information, you want to go to create an account, and that will bring you to the main page. For now, we're going to go to login, and from here, this is really going to be the place that when you return to the site after you've logged on or you've created an account, excuse me, you can come to the login and put your information in there, your user email and your password, and it will take you to the main page or the workspace for you. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. Up at the top is your account details. That's basically my workspace. You can go up to edit my account, and if we click on that, you can come in here, and if you want to, you can upload a picture of yourself or the logo if you want. You can change your first and last name. However, email you wouldn't be able to change. That is something that you would need to send to the help desk or to chat with us. So if you come over to chat with us, that's just sort of a normal chat box. You'll talk to some folks on the website about how to do that, or you can come down here to the help desk email on the bottom right of the page. You can also come in and reset your password if you need to. Passwords are reset on the website every 45 days, and that's industry standard. So you will periodically receive emails saying, hey, could you change update your password? Next, we'll have the personal information. So it's very important to fill this out as much as possible. We kind of alluded to this with talking about zip codes and making sure that you're locating jobs in your area. This will go even further to helping you find jobs in your area that are relevant to your work history. So what we do is we match on an algorithm. which basically means that, according to your zip code, your gender, if there's like someone who's wants a specific gender for care, your area, the state you live in, and your sort of work experience and the knowledge and training that you've gotten all go into finding you matches when you're looking for work on the site. So it's super important that you put in as much information as you feel comfortable putting into the website. You'll see on the left-hand side over here, there's a progress bar. So that's just to show you how much progress you've made in filling out your profile on the website. So we are requiring that you fill out more than 60% to be able to be matched with jobs. So keep that in mind as you're going through and you're seeing that profile progress bar. If it's below 60, you'll need to add more to be able to get those matches. If you put in more, that's great. You're going to get even better matches as you use the site. So next we have work preferences. And at the very top of this, you'll see this green sort of checkbox here. So it says select this box if you are currently looking for work and would like to be matched with a potential provider or employer, excuse me. So if you're a direct care worker and you already have an employer or you already have folks that you care for and you do not want to be matched, you want to come in here and unclick that. And so now any of your information will not be shown to others on the site. No employers who are signed up for the site will be able to see your information. However, if you are looking for work, you want to keep that check marked. And then employers can view your profile, and any time an employer in your area posts a job, they will be able to see you as a potential candidate. But if you don't want to do that, just leave that unchecked. You can come down here and put in what type of desired position you're looking for. And we'll just go direct care staff. We also do it by availability. So if an employer is looking for someone for specific days and times, so like they only want part-time, they need you to start in a month, they can put that on there. But we also have like service schedule on here. So this is really just to help folks know exactly what they're getting into. So if it's like you're looking for a standard work week of Monday to Friday, you can look for positions like that. Or if you're like someone out there that's very flexible and you can do it daily, or you prefer to work weekends, that's all on there. You can select months if you're not available for specific months. And then we want to in here, we're getting down into more like who can I provide support for. So we have children, adults, and older adults. And then just sort of the support you can give to individuals, the distance you're willing to go, and if you're willing to relocate. We also have environmental factors. So if you're someone who's allergic to any kind of house pet, say you're allergic to dogs or cats, you can put on here that you're, or you can not check it. So if you're allergic to dogs, but you're okay with everything else, you can go through and save all of that. You can also put on what is the minimum hourly rate you're looking for. I'm going to scroll right back up. Excuse the scroll. And next, we're going to look at education and training. So again, you can come in here and put in as much information as you possibly can to get those really good matches. So if you have an advanced degree or a high school diploma, you can put that information in here. You can put your graduation status. So if you're in progress or only partially completed, you can put that in there as well. Here is just sort of the standard, like year graduated and the date and the name of the school in your area of focus. We have sections where you can update your diploma or any certificates. And I know if you're sort of a seasoned direct care worker, you've probably gotten loads and loads and loads of certificates from all of the trainings that you've had to do. One of the nice things about this website, and we'll get to a little later, is any of the trainings you take on here, all of your certificates are going to be housed on the site, so they'll be easy to access. You can get on and be able to download them or even digitally send them through an email or even social media account. But if you have any of those and you're able to scan them or you have them digitally, you can choose those files and you can upload them. And then from this point going forward, you can just put all of your stuff onto this website and it's there for you, and you never get it lost or anything like that, which especially when you're getting sort of paper certificates can be a little bit of a nuisance. Also, we have sort of technical qualifications on this site. So just go through, put additional trainings on here as well. So if you have a training like we were just going through, you can put what that training is. So you can say like, oh, my last HIPAA training was in December of 2025, and then upload that. And then employers will know, you can share that with an employer if you're looking for work to show that you're up to date on your HIPAA certification or any other any mental health certificates or anything like that you've gone through, or patient navigation. So we're going to scroll back up real quick again, and we're going to go over to credentials. So if you have any credentials, and for some examples, we'll put that up here. So CPR or first aid or mental health first aid or anything in those veins, motivational interviewing, or patient navigation, you can put those credentials in here and put where they were valid from, and any other credentials. You can add multiple in here if you choose. You can go to your saved jobs if you have saved jobs yet. I don't believe we do with this person, not yet. My messages is also on here. So all of the correspondence that goes back and forth between you and a potential provider or employer will go through the website. So we'll go through this real quick when we get to it, but basically we have templates that it's pretty easy. So if you're on the website and you see a job that you might like, you can go through, click the template and just fill in the fields and the information, and it'll send it off to the potential employer. We have your saved searches. So if you've come in here and you've done any searches for resources or jobs or anything like that, those will be saved here. And then we have the notification preferences. So if you're someone who wants to stay on top of it and you want to know when a resource is added, you can put that as immediately. Like, so what happens is when I put a resource on this website, you'll get a notification saying that resource has been loaded. We also have daily digests if you only want it once a day, or if you're like me, have that set at weekly, so you're not getting too many. But if you ever feel like you're getting too many emails from the website, or you don't feel like you're getting enough, you can come in here and update these to your preference. Mostly, I think weekly digests are great, and work really well. So we're going to go back to the My Workspace portion, and we're going to scroll down a little bit. So we have this status bar down here. It's the same as the one up here on the side, just so you see that. But we're going to look at some potential jobs. So because we've gone through and we've put our information in there into the system, it comes up automatically as soon as you're done doing that with potential jobs for you. So we're going to go here to this direct care worker job, and we're going to look at it. And if this was something that looked good, you can come over here and say, I am interested. And it'll automatically create a message to the employer, to Ben in this instance, from us. And we want to select a message type. So The only, at this point, because we're just starting the conversation, there's only one. It says, I'm interested in this position. If you want to preview, you can see what that looks like. So that's all you have to do. And at this point, you can send the message. But it basically says, I saw a job listing on Direct Care Careers. I'd like the opportunity to connect with you about that job. And it automatically puts in that job name into the letter and sends it to the employer. So when the employer sees this, at that point, they can decide to reach out to you for a phone interview or for an actual interview, or phone screening and an actual interview. And they will be able to send something with a list of dates and times that work for you. And if you're going through and you look at it and you say like, I'm not available at any of these dates or times, you can send a message, a templated email back with alternate times to the employer. So we're going to go back to my workspace once again. We'll get out of the messages. And all you have to do is like scroll down a little bit at the bottom and you'll see a lot more positions that you can potentially have matched with. So if you were looking at those jobs and there's nothing that pops up or there's nothing that you're interested in, you can come over to the left side of the screen here to jobs. And this will bring up all the jobs that are listed on Direct Care Careers. So once this gets going, we'll be able to see a list, and then you can actually access those similar to what we just did with this previous job with the direct care worker. Here, go to my I'm interested, or you can view details to get the full description of that job posting. If you're thinking of moving and you want to search for jobs somewhere else, you can also come in here and put in the city or zip code and then search within a certain radius around that. You can also come in here and look for the type of care needed if you specialize in something. There's also minimum work qualifications as well. So basically everything that you filled out, you can come in here and search or filter by that and find something very specific to what you're looking for. We also have a resource section, which is accessible by the left-hand menu. We have over 600 resources on the website right now. So there are resources for direct care workers. There are resources for the individuals that you work with or for, that you provide help for, I should say. There's also resources for employers, such as like how to prevent burnout and things like that. But for direct care workers, we have for your personal life, there's links to resources for childcare, for home assistance, for heat assistance. There's also resources. So if you're working with someone who needs to be transferred from like a bed to a wheelchair and you want to like refresh yourself on how to do that, you can come in here and look for those resources, and those are here as well. We have all different types of resources. There's just websites that have information. We have videos. So if you're a visual learner, you can watch videos on how to do something. There's PDFs and toolkits. The toolkits get into it a little bit more, and also just like basic informational presentations, like there's some PowerPoints and things in there as well. You can look up by topics, which is like if you're, say, you're working with someone who is older, you can come here and say geriatric care, and that'll bring up all of the resources for older adults. As you can see here, it just popped up, supported decision making for older adults. We also have, like, you can choose an audience as well. So if it's health promotion or patient navigation that you're looking for, you can go and narrow it down even more. We also have bookmarks. So if you're like, oh, supported decision making for older adults is something that would be a helpful resource to me and that I want to go back and look at, or say you don't have enough time right now to go through it all, but you want to later, you can go ahead and bookmark it. And once you bookmark it and go back to your My Workspace page, this will be down at the bottom. It'll show you, I might have to scroll real fast to show you. where all your bookmarks are. So it's at the very bottom, but we matched with a lot of jobs. So I'm sorry for the scroll there. But at the very bottom, you'll see all the resources that you've bookmarked for easy access and to come back to it and find it out later. Okay, one more scroll. We also have a collaborate section. So we can post administratively, we can post collaborate posts onto the website, and then folks like direct care workers can respond to those. You can't create a post at this point as a direct care worker. However, that is something that's being worked on. So we want this to be sort of an area where if you as a direct care worker hit a barrier, you can't find a resource for someone that you're working in, this would be like a place to come to create a post to ask your direct care work community on the DCC or direct care careers if anyone has any ideas. We also have a contact us section, and that will just bring up an email. So if you're stuck, you hit a glitch or anything like that, you can come in here. We also have our help section, which is similar to the one that I showed you at the beginning, only these are all Colorado specific. We have the Learning Center, which we'll get to in just a second. We also have announcements. So announcements are anything big coming up. For a long time now, we've had the announcement, we have updated our Learning Center. So, which was formerly a different learning management system. And we changed back in the latter part of 2025 because we wanted to be able to do more things and add more features that our previous learning management system just wouldn't allow or couldn't accommodate. But before we get into that, I want to kind of show you this drop down over here. So we have different languages that you can translate the site into. So if you're a French speaker and your preference is French, you can come in here, change that. This is a demo environment, so we do have Spanish on the main site. So if you're a Spanish speaker, you can come in here and translate the site to Spanish. We're going to revert back to English, and then we're going to click here on the Learning Center. So this is the new LMS. This is the dashboard that you will all see. If you come in here and go to Browse All Courses, it will take you to the courses section. So we have the Colorado Direct Care Training on here, and that is basics of direct care work, really. It starts out with who are direct care workers. So as I was saying in the intro, you can get in here onto the site, whether you're a direct care worker or if you're just thinking about it and you don't really know anything, there's resources and modules on here to show you what typical direct care workers do. There's also information on how to sort of do those daily parts of your job as a direct care worker, and reporting and documenting and helping make sure that you're moving people safely and working with people where they live and communication, all sorts of good stuff. We also have our career paths. So if you're a direct care worker, but you kind of want to go on to do other things within your career and not stay in direct care work, there is a section for you here. It kind of gives you an idea of what being a direct care worker can lead to. So we have a medical assistant module and physical therapy assistant module. So you can come in here and sort of explore these and see if there's anything that you thought would be like, oh, that would be something I would be interested doing in the future. I'll scroll back up, and our last section is the foundational skills. So these are really there to support direct care workers in and out of their role as direct care workers. So it has some like team-based stuff like collaboration and working in the community, but it also has features like building an online presence, creating a resume, preparing for interviews, and those other type of skills that you don't really get from your typical direct care trainings. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. There's also a help section and this section here will take you back to Direct Care Careers workspace. But first, I want to show you one last thing, which is a calendar feature. And this calendar is new. So basically, I'm just going to go back to a different month where we have something loaded. Again, I'm sorry, this is a demo environment, so it looks a little bit different. We load up this calendar with different types of trainings, all free, not all online. Sometimes they're area specific. So sometimes they could be in Northern Colorado in the Denver metro area. Those are the mostly where I see and post in person sort of trainings and things like that. But the majority, I would say 95%, are online and are free. 100% are free, I'm sorry. So if you are coming in here and you need a training, you can come in here and just click on the title, and I'll give you the name of the training, the time and date, a brief description, and a link to the registration. So it's pretty simple to come in here and find those. There's a lot of good ones out there. I usually put on 2 or 3 a week, sort of same with the resources. I usually put on 4 resources per week, so there's always updates to the site. But for now, we're going to go back to the DCC, and I'll have to back out because this is, again, is the training environment. So I'll go back to my workspace. And at this point, I would just like to thank you all for watching this demonstration for direct care workers on directcarecareers.com. We hope this walkthrough helps you create your profile, find new job opportunities, and explore valuable trainings and resources. We look forward to supporting you and seeing you on the DCC. Thank you.